we ran through this, but let's run through it again, man. OG Anunoby trade for Quick and RJ, right? Heartbreaking to some. I think heartbreaking to all, but I think a lot of us saw the silver lining, in the trade. And we were one of the first people to say, us on Drunk Sports, this is going to allow spacing, right? Have we been very big on spacing from last year when the podcast started? And I heard now you're starting to hear like all these guys talk about spacing. I heard Thibodeau last night talk about spacing. That's why the Knicks looks so much better. Yes. Listen, with all that being said, they're 10-2, I believe, since the OG trade. They've been rolling. They squeaked a couple of them out, against the Wizards and the Nets, and a couple of good wins, couple of got a little nervous on some of them, but overall they've been playing really good. They look very good, even when RJ and Quick came back to the Garden. They look good. They handled their business. I actually lost some money on that parlay. I think Q was at the crib when he did that. Footnotes before we go into it. Ragu, second in the league in 3-point shooting. What a fucking pickup, right? What did we say last year? We said spacing. We said 3-point shooting, right? Props to Leon Rose. Got to give him some props. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ed, I'm gonna go to you first. It's been about 3 weeks since the world has heard you talk, man. What about the Knicks and where they at right now?
Yo, first, before I start talking, I want to give a shout out to y'all. That episode y'all did with Chris Childs was an amazing episode. Amazing. You guys killed it. I had to hold it down and go to work, but you guys nailed it. I loved it. I watched it over 20 times. I could watch it 20 times more. That's how great it was. But shout out to y'all. But let's talk some Knicks.
Shout out to Lucchini with all the dope comments on the
show. Shout out to my guy Lucchini too. But let's talk about these Knicks. These Knicks are playing fantastic since the OG trade. Like you said, 10-2. OG is averaging 14.5, 5.2 rebounds, 50% from the field. They're 20-1 against teams that are under 500 this season. That's a big thing for the Knicks. Like beating teams they're supposed to beat, and that was number one for me. We got one of the most dynamic duos in the league right now. Like I'm gonna jump out the window. I know it's been a while since y'all heard me say that, but I'm jumping out already. In the beginning segment, 2 guys averaging 30+ points, per month. There's only a couple people in the league right now that's averaging. What was it? What was the stat I saw? There's only NBA teammates averaging 24 points per game, and the list is LeBron and AD, Giannis and Lillard, Booker and KD, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Randall and JB. Like we up there, man, and they're not showing the Knicks no respect right now. Like especially the way these 2 guys are balling, they're not showing the Knicks respect right now. Like they both in top 10 in the most points scored this season, NBA season. JB's 4th and Randall is 8th, and they still not showing these guys no love. Everybody's I know a couple people I've been talking to still mad over trading for OG. They don't see the OG effect in the long run. I'm like, yo, he's first in defensive rating since he joined the Knicks. He's a plus 73, the highest rating in his first 10 games with any team, anybody in NBA history. Like, look at we said in the beginning of the season, we didn't see how Dante was fitting after we got him. Since the trade, Dante is shooting 43% from 3. A 90th percentile, 55 from the corner 3, 95th percentile. Like, come on now. What else do y'all want? Bro? I'm loving these Knicks, man.
Yeah, loving these Knicks, man. Q, what do you think?
I'm loving it, but it's scaring me, because the East is on the map, man. Like, the East is back to what it was in the 90s, man. Like, there's so many good teams, and these guys is just everybody's arming up right now, and the Knicks still need another piece because we saw what happened when Brunson sat out those 2 games. It's too much for just Randall or anybody. And the bench isn't even acting. There was a game where they had 7 bench points. Like that's pathetic, man. And I'm afraid if we don't get something by the trade deadline, Tibbs is going to run into his same ways and run these guys down to the floor. And by the time it comes to the playoffs, these dudes is going to be tired, hopefully then possibly injured. Who knows at that point? But we need to hurry up and get another piece because, Hart scored 6 points against the Nets. I understand he's a defensive prowler, but we can't be having, we need at least a solid 15 a game, from somebody that's gonna really put us over the top. Because if Brunson has an off night, scores 15, or Randall has an off night and scores 15, we got to get that other 15 from somebody else. And that's what's really gonna scare me when it comes down the line. We definitely know that we're gonna make the playoffs. We know we play with all our heart and soul, and they leave it all on the field, man, on the court when they playing these guys. And the defense, we can see what's happening, but we still need something, and before it was just that we needed one piece, but we got that one piece, not realizing we lost some pieces. So now we really needed two pieces.
Yo, I normally have clips ready. Today I want to apologize because I had a Woj clip, but I forgot to upload it. But I'm gonna play it straight off my phone. I want you to hear what he said about the Knicks and the looming trade deadline that's coming up. Hold on.
All NBA level player that very likely would be in this offseason. That player's not available now, but certainly players like Bruce Brown in Toronto now, Alec Burks, Jordan Clarkson in Utah. The Knicks have the assets. They have an expiring contract in Evan Fournier to be able to do a trade in the short term with some bench help going into the postseason without compromising themselves on going big game hunting in the offseason.
So basically, the beginning got cut off. Basically, he said, we're not getting no big dogs. We're not going big game hunting this year. We're positioning ourselves, for the summer to go after another big time all-star, which I believe all signs point to Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're really studying this and you're looking at this and you're looking at the politics behind this and the business behind this, the whole Leon Rose CAA, they're positioning themselves to get, Spider. But in the meantime, like you said, we do need some bench help.
Yeah, we do.
Jordan Clarkson, I like. You mentioned
Jordan Clarkson,
Bruce Brown. I really don't want Bruce Brown.
I keep hearing that. No disrespect. I'm not really big on that. I want Brogdon. I hope we bring Brogdon in here. Go negotiate with the Trailblazers. I think he's a perfect fit coming off that bench. He's the Sixth Man of the Year award. He can score off the dribble. He can shoot. He's aggressive. If they need
him to start, he could start.
I think Brogdon, if we could get him, perfect fit. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Even though y'all said y'all don't like Bruce Brown, I like Bruce Brown because he's a dog. He's a dog, and he flat out said the last game when we beat Toronto, when he was on that team already, because he recently got traded from Indiana. He said, I'm a dog. I play extremely hard on both ends of the floor. I could do anything that Tom Thibodeau wants me to do. So he flat out said he wants to be a New York Knick, that he won't mind. But the thing I would say is that him and Josh Hart are very similar. So we don't need another Josh Hart. You know what I mean? I feel like we do need like a Jordan Clarkson. I would love Malcolm Brogdon.
Need a bucket, bro, off that bench.
Yeah, they were even talking about I've been hearing a lot of rumbles and a lot of rumors that DeJounte Murray is going to be a hard bargain to get, because he's a clutch sports guy. They're asking too much for him. You know what I mean? I have been hearing about Alec Burks, former Knick too. He balled out with us as a vet to come off the bench. I like him, but
essentially have to give Detroit the pick back they gave us in the Alec Burks trade, which is cool. I wouldn't mind Alec Burks. Alec Burks like a little microwave and all that, but I think Bruce Brown is cool. I just don't think. I think we need a little bit more punch. He's a tough dude. He's a good player, man. But if you ask me, we got to go get Brogdon.
I think Brogdon too.
Yeah, Brogdon and Clarkson. I think those two would definitely be an addition.
I don't see
Murray.
Murray coming here.
I don't see Murray here.
Like him to come here, but to me, all signs point to Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying?
I think they would have pulled the trigger already if we really wanted to get DeJounte Murray. And I think and what we've seen in the past with the Knicks, they're not being aggressive. They're being really smart with what they're doing, and they're being really patient. And I don't see them just jumping the gun just to get DeJounte Murray. I think they would just rather just get somebody to come into the bench, score 15 points, and then go for the top dog.
I like
and wait it out.
I like
Murray too.
But the thing to jump on Q's point, he made a great point. This is not the Knicks of old. They would have gave up the half of the bench for Murray just to get him now, or to go all out now. So I like the direction they've been going for a while. The last two trades, the last two trade deadlines, we won those trades. Like, you know what I mean? If you look at the record. What, when we got Josh Hart, we went what, 9-0 with Josh Hart. With Obi, with 10-2. Like, come on now, we won the last 2 trade deadlines. If we add one guy just to be on the bench, like a Brogdon, like a Burks, I feel like, mostly I'm leaning towards Brogdon. That'll be a great addition for us. He's averaging 14.7, 5 assists a game. 40% from 3. That's awesome. I feel like we could use him, and he'll be magical for us. But a name that I've been hearing drop a lot, even though we'll probably have to, go ham for him. I really like Jordan Clarkson, bro. I really like that kid. He's averaging 17 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 41% from the field, 36% from 3. But he could ball out, man. I really like that kid too.
I fuck with him. I fuck with him, but like I said, my pick would be Brogdon, man. I just think he fits. I just think he's a seamless fit. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, I think you're 100% right. I think he fits perfectly with the system, and then he replaces our former 6-man that everybody thought he should have won 6-man last year in IQ. Yeah. So if we get the guy who won the award over him, that's a big plus for us, man.
Yeah.
Big plus.